Hello, this is T5 back for some more CIMA the Enemy. This dungeon is a bit of a tutorial dungeon. Jester's going to give us tutorials on how to solve many of the puzzles in this game and how to fight enemies, and he wants us to move everyone to a safe place. I know where the safe place is, but he's going to make sure to show us anyway because we could be a new player. That's a CIMA nest. You saw them in my tutorial video where I was fighting those rogs. But they're usually used as obstacles to make it so you have to fight the enemy to protect people. Jester's suggesting we do a choke point strategy. I've played Fire Emblem 4 enough to know how to do a choke point strategy. R button brings up this little menu over here that he's showing us, and we can use that to move people. You can move one group or everybody. It matters what buttons you push. As he says, the A button selects all 4 people in the group if you're at the center, and the R button selects all 14 to move. Of course, we're going to move everyone at once because there's no point at this point. Other times we'll need to split groups up to solve puzzles, or we'll just want 1 or 2 characters. You need to get in that bridge. I didn't have time to introduce these guys last time, but that is a Rog. It has 4 hit points, 3 attack, and 2 defense. The attack and defense is my own calculations. If attack equals defense, then I say that, then there's 1 damage. You can see that Rog is doing. It'll do 1 damage to anyone who has 3 or more defense. And it has a defense of 4 because Ark has an attack of 5. So he's doing 1 damage plus the difference between his attack and the Rog's defense. That's the little thing I created myself. Might not be the official coding, but it's just my way of simplifying and finding out what things are. As you can see, sometimes it drops that. That's a rectangle or brown majesty. You use them in item creation as I showed you in the last video. Okay, as everyone gets to this bridge area, Jester will move to the next room. See, the bridge is not there. We need to use that pressure plate. He calls it a switch, but there's so many different types of switches, I call it a pressure plate. Each one has a certain weight, and you need to put the same weight on there, or more. This plate exactly, as well as the one across, their weight is, in fact, 1. So anybody in your party could be able to get the pressure plate going. There's a lot of 1s. I found that out. If it's not 1, it's usually 5, maybe 3, sometimes 10, but I've seen it go up to 30. And those are usually red eye puzzles. We'll get to that in a few dungeons where there's red eye puzzles. And everyone's just going to walk across. There's nothing much going on here. So this is a tutorial dungeon. So the whole point of the dungeon is to deal with tutorial aspects. So we're not going to get too much action. Next dungeon, we'll have a lot more stuff going on because there'll be a lot more enemies on the floor. And we'll have to fight a lot of different things. Everyone's across the bridge. Okay, so now he'll let us go. And he's moving right to the exit, so we have to get going there too. Make my life easier. I'm not going to wait for him to tell me what to do. I'm just going to go get this chest first. Yes, a material. Try to go down the stairs. He will tell you about what to do. You got to go, everyone in the entranceway or exit way to go move on. Yeah, we have to act together. I have that going on, Jester. It takes a little while. When you have the whole party together, it can be a bit tedious. Later on in the game, I might start abusing speed all dashes because I really would like to get it done quickly, but I may not. I'll definitely have one party that's fully equipped with speed rings because there are exactly 4 of them in the game, but I may or may not. Matters how many majesties I decide to blow by the end of the game. Then again, if I do my farming at the basic rate and not at an extended, I can go for longer periods of time without farming because I don't get hit as much and don't need to make as many potions rate, then I don't have to worry about getting enough majesties for a speed shot. I mean, an all dash. Now that everyone's here, we can go downstairs. Even if everyone had been here just to still giving us that tutorial. This is a sword switch, as I like to call it. Generally, the sword switches are red and you hit them to make them green, but they're also hitting them to make them yellow for temporary effects. Yeah, that's one's already up because, as Jester's saying, there's a powerful CIMA there. Yeah. It's actually not that powerful. We will fight a million of those things before I get to the point where I can upgrade for the first time. But I will do that for now. This is a Wog. It's the same stats as a Rog. 4 hit points, 3 attack, and 4 defense. Let's get the material from here. Grabion. Grabion has the same stats as the other 2. And hilariously enough, its Japanese romanization is Crabion. Ooh, the key! Yes, like in Legend of Zelda, you need a special key if you want to get into the boss chambers. But while we wait, let's have a little fun with this Grog. Grogs are creatures with 6 hit points, 4 attack, 5 defense. I've killed 1. Let me kill 2. And get the poison block. That is a godsend. Poison is the most pissant, annoying status effect in this game. The others are just boring. Oh, everyone's here. Now let's start moving them to the exit while I continue killing. I could just make... I don't have to worry that Wog is never going to go lower than its carpet. It leads for a bit of a boring slog, but gives me time to do this. And there is a method to my madness, believe me. That's why time and space was warped in the last episode, because I had gone here to test this out. They're also very fast in this nest. Let's see, can I do this before we get Doug and Aleda over? Considering they're so slow. Yeah, we did it! That was 10 Grogs killed. 10 Grogs killed, the nest disappears. There are not that many nests you can do that with. I think there's only one more, and it's part of a puzzle getting it to go away. So, it really doesn't have too much. Yeah, Jester's not going to come here even if everyone is here. So let's just go inside. This is a big room. And that's a builder CIMA. They are the humanoid ones who built the dungeon. Seems that Jester doesn't want us fighting. Oh, darn, they know each other. Oh, that's a cool name. The Crimson Nine are the most powerful CIMA in existence. And Pike is the only one we're going to find in this dungeon. Yeah, it could. But, of course, Jester doesn't want 2 trainees fighting one of the Crimson Nine. We've got an important job ourselves. I mean, we could slog through Rogs and Wogs to get back to the entrance. That's easy. Yeah. Normal people don't know who they are. And Van Rose is going to start screaming at us. He obviously doesn't get it. That means everyone's trust for us went down. Normally when it happens in story, it's 1 point, but basically Van Rose's rabble-rousing just got everyone into negative levels. It's not... This is actually a preview of the final boss theme. They play it in the first dungeon when Jester fights Pike. What, does CIMA have sound systems or something? I kind of think Jester might have been the one who took Pike's eye, considering they know each other. And Jester has somehow escaped him before. Ooh, that didn't sound good. And Ark decides, let's go run up and help anyway. Ark, don't listen to the rabble-rouser when you're supposed to run. Yeah, Jester, just stand there and get stabbed. I'm sure Pike was grabbing him, but yay, sprite graphics! Oh, goody. The Purple Majesty from the opening! And the plug is mentioned again. I am still not 100% sure, though based on the end of the game, I do have some theories on what the Purple Majesty is. So, I might say that when that actually becomes relevant, that won't spoil things. Yeah, Jester still wants us running like we are, like sissies, because he knows it's safest. Yeah. Yep, first duty to protect you guys. So now Jester's going to keep Pike distracted as long as he can escape. But as you see, 30, 28, they don't like us now. Only Ivy and Ark have green trust to start the actual game. And people are panicked. But yeah, he doesn't want to believe that Jester is gone. And sometimes you do get a conversation actually out of a talk session. But right now we're going to do something very special. See this wog nest? We are going to get positive trust back for our characters before I move on. At least the majority of them. I might go as far as getting Vanrus. If I'm in the mood, I do go as far as getting Vanrus positive. But I'm not getting Doug, who's not negative 100 like he's always been. But he would have gone lower, I'm sure, if the system allowed for lower. As you can see, green hearts mean 1 trust up. And they'll happen a lot in story, like when we rescue people. Yeah, the Wog can drop nice red majesties. They are going to be the hardest to farm for by the end of the game, so I am grateful to get some now. And by I mean farm for, it's that there's none really with an easy reach of an entranceway. Anyway, we're all here now, so join me next time as I get out of this dungeon. This is Tifa85, and I'll see you later.